Welcome everyone to another edition of Deconversion Stories, and today I'm chatting with my friend Boltorian, who was kind enough to jump in here and join us for an episode today. First of all, welcome to the show, Bolt.
Hey, thank you very much. Glad to be here.
It's glad to have you on there, man. And
Bolt.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mikey. Appreciate you.
Well, Bolt, you know what I do here? I talk to people about their journeys away from whatever belief systems they're once a part of. I generally just tell you to start from the beginning as far back as you can remember, and how you found your way out, or even dug your way out in some shit, right?
So if we're gonna start at the beginning, we're gonna start at like
long time ago.
I mean, I feel like some of my first memories are church. Like I feel like one of my first memories is like, I don't know if anyone else has this memory of their mouth on the varnish of the pew in front of them and how that bitter taste in their mouth. Like that's like what turned on my brain, I think, that horrible taste. Thanks. Thank you so much. But the
crowd favorite.
Yeah.
What, mermaid titties? I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, I remember that like toddling on the pews next to my parents, being dragged to the children's portions of the services that were in the mornings.
Sunday school.
Actually, it was Sabbath school.
Oh,
Sabbath. Seventh-day Adventists go to school or go to church on Saturday. It's
church
very
on Saturday.
Yeah, that's very much like the Jewish religion. They
go
sundown.
They
go sundown to sundown. And during that roughly 24 hours of time, unless I guess you live in one of the places that gets dark year round, you are
like my mind.
You're basically required to dedicate that whole day to not working, like the commandment says, and paying attention to God, the Creator. You know, all
Creator
that
of what?
Horror, right? All that stuff. Well, that's what they taught me.
Chaos
right?
on this planet. Right? That's what
that's what they taught me. So, and I don't know. We can get into that later, or never, because it's too. It's too attention deficit disorder of me to just be like, and that's why this is stupid, you know, like all these other parts of the belief system. But yeah, earliest memories are going to church. It was a weekly thing for my family. It was always there. We didn't miss it out. So
finishing up Atheist. Yeah, Jonathan's been doing that like all fucking day. I was in there earlier today in the chat, giving him shit. But yeah,
you know, Jonathan, you could always just click the link after and watch the whole thing. Bolt, you tell your story the way you want to do it. Never mind that DM over there trying to control you.
Well, no, he's part of it. He's part of the Atheist show. He's on the panel.
Yeah, Jonathan's on the panel.
No, that's what I'm saying. Just don't
just ignore him.
Because it'll make him sad, and that'll make me happy.
To have friends like Mikey.
I'm learning to be honest with my feelings.
I approve this message.
Even if they're negative.
So yeah, earliest memories are of that. The indoctrination started as a baby and just kept on going. I went to a Seventh-day Adventist private school for my education.
Seventh-day Adventist private school?
Yep. They have them all over the place. Yeah.
Fuck me.
They have their own entire school system. I went my mother kept me out of kindergarten. I went first through high school there. I could have gone to a Seventh-day Adventist college.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I did not do that. In fact, I left the school system in high school and went to public school because I was so tired of it, and they couldn't make me anymore. So that's a different story. But yeah, I went. I mean, we can get there the fast way and then go back if you want. The quick way to deconversion was my mother. It was my mother's fault. Now she's still devoutly religious, still goes to church every week, worked for the church for most of her working life.
Mhm.
And my entire childhood was telling me God has a plan for your life. Like that was just drilled into my head my entire childhood.
Right.
And yeah, I have attention deficit disorder.
That was part of
And
his plan. So
apparently that was part of his plan. And I don't know if anyone here has any experience with attention deficit disorder.
yeah, a little
But
bit.
that caused a few things to happen in my life that caused some difficulty with my performance in school.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had a hell of a lot of time with authority figures, which got me into more trouble. I had a lot of trouble with peers. There were a lot of confrontations at home. It was not an easy time, and I wasn't diagnosed with it for quite a while.
Mhm.
And that's a whole nother. That's a different story altogether. And when I was going through all this stuff, I kept thinking about that. My mother saying God has a plan for your life, and I just, if this is it, it sucks. You know,
Right.
this plan is bullshit. Like I don't like
Refund.
this. Right? Yeah, I really don't like this. This is I am struggling to do anything, to get anything done, to be any way productive, to pay attention to anything in my life, and that was the initial seeds of doubt. So that
The
was
fact
my
that God's plan sucked ass. Is that?
yeah, the fact that God, well, this confidence that there's this plan for my life, it's gonna work out. Like this is gonna be, you're
Gotcha.
gonna be fine. Something's gonna happen for you, and you're just like, I wish you'd fucking get off your ass, dude, and like get some of this shit going, and put some of this stuff in motion. And no, that was, I mean, you start wondering if anything you're being told is true at that point. And all I did was, when I was old enough, which was I think 16 or 17 years old, that's when I stopped going to church. They couldn't
Right.
really force me into the car anymore, so I stopped going. And it wasn't that I didn't believe in a God anymore, just out of, I'd been indoctrinated my whole life. I just wasn't sure that he was listening or gave a shit. So I was in this weird limbo where I wasn't going.
That's what happened.
That's tons of mice is not wrong. I was going through this period of my life where I was kind of in this weird place where I, maybe there's a God. Probably he's not really involved. He doesn't care. Like blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And that kind of weird place in my life lasted for years. It was, I would say that the first time I called myself an atheist was only 6 or 7 years ago.
Okay.
So, and I'd been out of going to church a good 25 years by then. So it's been a long road to getting to that. And it became it really was solidified with finding the atheist community on YouTube, really. Like I don't even know where I first saw videos of the atheist experience. Just somehow popped up into my feed. It was probably from watching videos, with Carl Sagan videos, or other astrophysicists that I enjoyed, that could speak normal person, because I'm not that smart. So yeah, it's probably just because people who watch that stuff watch this stuff. So I finally found some of that, and from there, found arguments that I couldn't ignore anymore, and couldn't, it was like they were saying the things that were happening in my mind, but I wasn't able to put into words. So all of these, all of these arguments about that just debunked the whole idea of God were happening in my mind, even though I wasn't putting any voice to them. But I mean, the mind fuck of my upbringing, though, is going to that church, going to the schools. They're young Earth creationists. They do not teach you that evolution is true. They, there's
Do they teach you evolution at all and just say, "Oh, this is a bunch of
no, they
bullshit
ignore
people
it.
believe
It's in the
Oh.
books, right? They put it. It's in the classroom, in the textbooks, because it has to be, because the school it can't be accredited if it's not in the textbook. But
Getting a lot of love, Bolt.
thank you, SR. I appreciate it.
Elliot.
But yeah, they put it in the textbook because it has to be, and then they tell you to ignore that part.
Right.
They don't ever test you on that part either, because they only care if you take. It might be in the standardized test for the school, like for the one you take for the state or the whatever. That state standardized test might have it, but the classroom test doesn't have to. They don't even have to cover it. Really in the classroom. So yeah, so I was learning things about biology that weren't true. I was learning all sorts of stuff that I've had to unlearn as a grown up, and to like, it was like, if they were this wrong about the God thing, this is what got me to even care about biology. If they were this wrong about the God thing, what else were they wrong about? And so I started looking at evolutionary biology, which is a fascinating topic. I'm a crazy layman, but it's so interesting that I listen to every book I can get from kind of the big names on it, and enjoy the hell out of it, because it's such a fascinating topic.
Yes, it is.
And I can't get my parents to acknowledge that it exists.
Just show them Gutsick Given.
I'll have to have a link to that.
Yeah.
Later. Yeah.
Yep. Gutsick or what the hell? Jackson Wheat. And Arn, even Arn does some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have Arn's
Jackson's book right here.
Yeah, I've got Arn's book on my Audible, and
yeah, me too.
That's pretty much my go to sleep book. Like, it's not that he's boring; it's that I just want to hear it over and over again, because it's such a great book. So
it is. Are you talking about the falsehoods of creationism one?
Yeah. Specifically
I forgot to bring it with me to Faithless Forum this year. I was going to get him to sign it.
Oh man,
I forgot.
Swing and a miss.
I'll bring it next time.
Yeah, specifically, my favorite chapter of that book is his chapter on taxonomy, and I'd love to talk to him about that subject. It's a very fascinating topic.
Yeah, for sure. Well, he's promised me a fucking kick-ass barbecue the next time I'm down there when I go to his place. So.
Hell yeah. So, I mean, yeah, that's my kind of the journey, the condensed version. If there's anything more specific you want to dig into.
Well, you know what? That lasted less than 15 fucking minutes. Cool. This is an hour-long show.
But yeah, it is.
Yeah, so then we walk off stage.
Hey, that's the condensed version.
Oh, okay, but how many of your family members know that you're an atheist now?
My entire my family unit does from growing up.
Family.
Yeah, immediate family. My mother, father, and sister are all aware. My grandfather just died.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he was 107. It's
wow.
What?
It's fine.
What was his exact diet?
I will. He was probably those the pretend Christian that you have in your head, like the way they should behave as people.
Right. Yeah.
That was him. He was one of those people who loved everybody, treat everybody like he didn't have a problem. Okay. You have to go, bud. Oh, sorry about your foot. Can you take those out? All right. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Kids are a good excuse.
Damn cute kids.
He had a diet of almost all raw vegetables most of his life.
Oh shit! Well, I ain't making it to 107. That ain't
I mean,
happening.
he grew them in his own garden for years. So anyway, yeah, the grandfather didn't really know because he wasn't really all there. So no, Grandpa did not choke on a McRib. Sadly, I think he had a stroke while he was on end of life care. So
in hospice.
Yeah. Well, he was going to be transferred there, but I don't think he made it there, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn kids. And he would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for all those damn kids.
They're cute and they make you feed them. That's the problem with kids.
So I've been told that mine.
What?
I've been told that mine is sometimes a really wonderful advertisement for birth control.
Ah.
But he's also lovely. So
the vegetable McRib. I don't think there's such a thing. Mice.
It's called it's called the Impossible rib.
Impossible rib, yeah.
The Possible.
It wouldn't be shocking to me to find that because the Seventh-day Adventist religion did bring me up vegetarian.
Did they? Wow.
That is
so what is a Seventh-day Adventist? I knew about the going to church on Saturdays things, but how would that be different than like Catholic or non-denominational or Baptist or something like that?
Wow. You're asking somebody who left a long time ago trying to remember exactly what the tenets of the religion are.
Kind of nutshell it.
But nutshell, like, okay, we're young Earth creationists. So I don't,
like under 6,000 or whatever.
Yeah, probably 10,000-year-old Earth people. The Saturday thing is a big deal. They believe in the Trinity. They don't believe Mary's divine, so there's the Catholic, one of the Catholic differences. Okay. You don't have to go to a priest for any sort of, or a pastor or whatever for confession or anything.
When I had her, I mean, did I say that out loud? Sorry. Anyway,
but you have a personal. This is your personal God type of religion with Jesus Christ as my savior stuff, and yeah, you get to take him with you wherever you go.
Part of my tool, right?
Yeah, there's the God button right there. Personal God's right.
You got Phillips, you got Flathead.
Yeah, we got God. God wrench.
The Jesus wine cork remover.
They believe in the divinity of Christ. They believe in the second coming of Jesus Christ, not in a rapture. They're not a rapture religion. So,
oh wow, really?
What happens?
They believe he's coming back. Not that you'll just be disappeared off the earth. So,
like in a cab from like O'Hare Airport. It's like, hey, I'm here.
Right? No, they believe that everybody will know. Like, it'd be like an alien invasion, only it'll be Jesus coming back.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
What's this?
Think Independence Day.
True.
Hit him with lasers.
No birthdays, kind of like JWs, man.
No, the birthdays thing is not how the SDAs worked, as far as I was aware, because we had them, but they did have the no jewelry, no makeup kind of thing going on. There were all sorts of weird rules on Saturdays too. You couldn't, this was God's day. Like there's the wade but don't swim crowd of Seventh-day Adventists, where like swimming is too much fun, therefore you won't be thinking about Jesus anymore. So you can get in up to your knees.
Don't actually enjoy anything.
No, that was basically it, really. It's like if you enjoyed anything, like the TV was never on in my house until sundown. But boy, were we waiting on that sundown day. We knew exactly what fucking time that was. We had a chart. We knew exactly what time that shit was. So, I don't know.
Did it go down in time for Zoom?
Yeah.
Come on and Zoom.
Yeah, we had it was always a pain in the ass waiting for sundown in the summer.
Right. Oh yeah. The sun doesn't go down to like 10.
Yeah, it's like 9 o'clock up here.
We're missing prime time.
Right.
Fuck you, God.
Right. Like, come on, my favorite Saturday movie is on or whatever.
So no Saturday morning cartoons? Are you kidding me?
No, nothing. My whole upbringing, I never watched a single Saturday morning cartoon.
Fucking bullshit, man.
What?
No, my parents had a lock on the television. Everything. My mother was one of those people. Yeah. Oh, we'll get there. My mother was one of those people who believed that everything was from Satan that wasn't from God. So like the satanic panic thing really got her. She still thinks Dungeons and Dragons is from the devil. Video games definitely were. If they had any violence whatsoever, they were evil.
Mortal Kombat? I don't think so.
No. My mother took away Super Mario Brothers when I was a kid.
He just stepped on that turtle, man.
No, she literally said, "You can have the game system, but I'm taking that game because the backstory of that game is satanic."
I bet she fell for one of those weirdo like talks that were like passed around, like that were like video recorded and like mass produced on VCRs.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, because
just no, like that's not the only time.
There's that video like Pokemon that's going around now, like on TikTok and stuff. It's like, see this little guy's tail? That's the Jewish letter for Satan or something. I'm like, dude, stop it. Enough. It's a lightning bolt. He does electricity. This is easy.
I think that's supposed to be, did you go through any formal processes when you came out as an atheist?
I didn't have to go through anything. I imagine that I still have a membership somewhere. They don't bother me though. So I don't really care. Oops, sorry. I don't really care if I have a membership. I don't care if they like it's gonna be at my parents' house. Oh, look, there's my wife.
Hello, Bolt's wife.
The Super Mario, yeah, that does make me sad. The other one was when I was even younger than that. My mother gave me a Transformer. I don't even. I had a cool robot that turned into a car. I had never seen this show in my life. I had no idea what the fuck it was about. But I had a great robot that turned into a car, and then she took it back.
What? She found out that there was a show.
I think I was maybe 5 years old. She took this thing back because she talked to another parent, and the other parent told her about the story of the show, where it came from, and all of a sudden it was satanic.
Why can't I find a wife like this?
Right?
Why? Damn it!
Yeah. What'd she say? I missed it.
She bought Transformers.
Fuck yeah.
Transformers.
That shit was my whole upbringing. That kind of thing was happening, where the things I was allowed to do versus the things I wanted to do were in direct conflict with my mother's belief. So,
well, welcome, Reggio's.
Thanks, Reggie.
Reggio's. What's that type of cereal that only you can eat? Reggio's.
Probably is. Yeah.
Stays crunchy even in milk.
But yeah, that was
SpaghettiOs, but it stays crunchy even in milk.
But no formal process to leave. I just stopped going. They don't bother me. I don't bother them.
They probably stay away from you and pull out little crosses every time they see you now, right?
If jewelry were allowed, they probably would. But I remember being
married. So people get married and they just hug or something because you can't exchange rings.
They do exchange wedding rings, but they're very, very plain. No stones, no nothing. It's just a ring. My father doesn't wear one. Just my mother has a little boring band that she wears. I lost my train of thought, so we'll go somewhere else.
Where were we at? No cartoons.
I'm not sure.
She took the Transformer back, which I thought was a great travesty.
That is awful. Yeah, it hurt. No, I was saying that happened quite a lot with her. She was not happy with me for playing video games, things like Doom and stuff.
I don't know if I go that far, but
I mean, I'm fine with it, Jonathan. I think that's better religion than the one I came from.
And I'll form the head.
You're getting some props here, Bolt. You
did my best.
Phoebe wants to know if, in terms of the church, are there any aspects of it that were and have been a positive influence or impact on you?
There are things that I miss about being in a church, and that's mostly the community and being able to meet people aspects of a church. Like there's not a lot of that. There's nowhere to go every week to hook up with your atheist pals and maybe meet a few new ones.
You could do that.
I mean, you could, and
I
that's
can't
a
promise
thing.
you varnish to chew on, but
Right? Yeah,
It'd be
that
like
is a thing that
Jonathan
can
and
happen,
me.
but I'm not sure if that. I mean, and there are probably places to do it near me. I don't live that far from a big city, but it's a very, it's less of a. It's not on every street corner. Let's put it that way. It's not, the accessibility is a little bit less. So I guess I missed that. But in terms of the upbringing in the religious like traditions and all that stuff, I find no use in the religion itself. There's, being kind to other people is a useful thing. Being taught to be that way is good. Actually taking it seriously and thinking that you should act like Jesus is probably a little farther than some of the people go in the religion, because they tend to. There seems to be at least in my family, as long as you're within the in crowd and the group, like things are okay. They're going to treat you with love and compassion. But I grew up in a household that was homophobic. I grew up in a household that was and blatantly so. It wasn't racist. That's great. Like that was one thing I have to say. That's a step in the right direction. At least that wasn't a problem, but it was definitely homophobic.
Wow.
It was, and I wasn't great. I wasn't a great ally until I got older.
Yeah, me too. Way back.
Yeah.
Until one of my roommates was a gay fellow that I lived with for years, and I learned, literally firsthand that they're just people too.
Yeah, they're just people
and don't deserve the bullshit that
just want to be left the fuck alone.
Yeah,
just to live their lives, make friends, be loved, love people. Who cares?
Yeah,
but yeah, like that's what it took for me was being in like having friends that were gay changed my entire outlook on everything. I was like, well, that's amazing. Like I just to be able to change your mind after being with, people, knowing people that are different than you is such a positive experience.
Yep. I agree.
In terms of just of learning and growing as a person. I highly encourage it.
Force that on all my children.
You force it on them?
Nope, you already have 2 black friends. You need one from Japan and one from Mongolia.
What?
It's the only way.
Make sure they've got a token white friend.
They'll be half white.
But yeah, it's been a journey. I'll tell you that. It has been a journey. Yeah, one of my very closest friends I met about 8 years ago. And she's transgender. And through the process of knowing her, like that changed a lot for me in terms of, because like I was comfortable with gay people. Mm-hmm. That's fine. I'd known plenty, but I didn't know any transgender people. And it wasn't that I was never uncomfortable. This is somebody I knew. Mm-hmm. Like we'd played games together for a long time and had a lot of fun. And one time we were just hanging out and she came out to me. So there was no awkwardness. Like I knew this person. It was fine. But the best thing that she did was she gave me like the ability to ask any questions that I had.
Right.
right? And just no judgment whatsoever, and took me through everything. And it was so great to have somebody that you care about already, like, there to answer all of your questions and to be kind of your exposure to
That's the best way to do it.
right, to a group of people
have
that you never had been friends with before.
Right.
And ever since then, like, it's not that I'm specifically seeking out anyone, like, but if you're different than me and you're a cool person though, right? We're going to be friends. There's like, I'm going to want to be your friend. Doesn't matter, where you come from, what color you are, who you're into. Like, we're going to be buddies. So, and I'm glad that happened. Like, I'm glad that getting out of the religion happened as well.
Oh, will you knock it off, Bolts? You're making the audience cry with your sweet word.
Well, it's a good way to be.
Got everybody's allergies acting up.
I don't care where you're from, what you're about. Well, I do care kind of what some people are about, I suppose. But
there's
there are shitheads out there. Let's face it. But
Facts.
yeah, if you're a decent person,
no,
I'll be friends with you.
Yeah, I want to be where the cool people are. And a lot of times the cool people are different than you are.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Blot.
I'm thinking it's a typo.
I mean, it's fine.
Boltorian.
It's an anagram.
Yeah,
wish I could remember it.
Well, that's very true. Yeah, Phoebe used to be quite a white supremacist, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like, seriously not cool. But you're better now, Phoebe. And that's why we're friends, because I like you.
Yeah.
I like this Phoebe. And I like this Bolt.
Yeah, this Phoebe is great. And I appreciate that, Mikey. I like that Mikey. So
there you go. Fixed.
Appreciate it.
Phoebe actually had a question earlier. Do you consider yourself like an anti-theist, like anti-religion kind of? Because I think that word gets a lot of misunderstanding. Because you're not really an anti-theist as in the sense that you're against a religious person, but you're against religion in and of itself.
I'm against I'm not against people who are religious.
Mm-hmm.
Because I once was. And I understand.
Depends on the person.
It also depends on what they're doing with their religion, sure. But
right.
For the vast majority of Christians that give all these horrible people cover, the ones that just don't know that they're doing that, and they're going to church every day and they're being nice to people and they're not hurting anyone other than the fact that they're voting for the people they vote for. Mm-hmm. Those people I can kind of forgive for not being able to see their way out of a thing that they were taught to believe their whole life, especially when it was from childhood, and how hard that is to confront and to change. I can kind of forgive that. But if I had a choice, if it was up to me, could I eliminate every religion on the planet and no one had to deal with it at all? Yeah, I'd do that right now. Like, I would.
Me too.
Like, if I could prevent any kid from having to get dragged to church and taught all this junk so that when they get older, they treat people who are different than them like garbage, I'd fucking do it right away. Like, we don't need this. It's not helpful for society. It's funny. My dad said the quiet part out loud about indoctrination to me once in regards to my own son, because I was adamant that he's not going to church.
Mm-hmm.
And my father says to me, well, if you don't take them when they're young, they won't go when they're adults. And
That's the point, Pop.
I said, if he won't go when he's an adult, was it compelling enough for him to go? Like, if you can't convince an adult to go to church when they didn't go as a kid, how good of an idea is it?
Right.
So, yeah. I thought that was so telling of religion is that, yeah, we got to get them while they're young. If we don't get them while they're young, they won't, believe this crap.
Yeah, well, once you get it sort of a more of an age of reason, or and I mean ages in 9, 10, 11, 12, like when you get sort of above that, your preteens and your teen years, though you're still quite very naive, clearly, but you may not be convinced by these sorts of claims at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it's less likely, I imagine,
Yeah,
that you're
that's
getting
what I mean,
convinced
yeah.
at that age. And, when he's old enough, because he's curious, obviously, about what grandma and grandpa believe.
Sure.
And
Sure.
he hears about God in school, even though it's a public school. It's not like kids don't talk about what they do at church and stuff. It's not, they can't stop the
outside of
kids from
school.
talking about it.
It comes up from time to time, but
Yeah, it's
I
not
remember growing
frequent,
up,
but
not really hearing much about it unless it was a topic of discussion.
right. They're not forcing it on the kids, but I've heard him
Right.
come home talking about other kids that are going to church. Can we go to church with so-and-so's parents this weekend or whatever? That's come up a few times. But it's, I'm going to wait until he's older. I told him the last time he brought this up, I'll wait until you're older and then we'll study all the religions. We'll go through everything and why people believe what they believe. We'll discuss that kind of thing. And I also told him, like, I just want you to be able to make an informed decision, when you're older and more. I want you to be able to decide for yourself. And, I'm always going to love you, whether you decide to go to church. That's fine. But you can't make that informed decision if I drag you there or if I let your grandparents take you there, because you'll just believe what they tell you to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Mikey had to go quick bio break there. Couldn't even wait till halftime. Fucking guy.
Hell, Mikey. He didn't come prepared. Really.
Is this so your grandparents or something? Let us pray.
Oh gosh, yeah, that was an event with my child. Yeah, my kid spent some time with his grandparents alone.
Yeah.
And we were flying home and we had snacks in the airport. And what is he, 3 years old? 2.5, 3 years old. He's pulling out his sandwiches and we're getting our snacks out, and he holds both his mother and my hand and he says, okay, now we need to pray, because he was with my mother.
No.
And this shit was like something that they were doing before meals. And I was just, no, no, we don't. Like, sorry, son, we don't do that here.
Right.
Yeah. So that got nipped in the bud real fast. And he hasn't spent a lot of time over with my folks much since, because if they're going to do that to him while I'm not around, that's not going to happen. So, not on my watch. Oh yeah, I was really upset.
Yeah, I would like to see that picture too.
I was not a happy person. So
I don't know about this tons, but I already did one well before we started. So Mikey's just not on this game.
I feel like Tons of Mice is telling us about his bio break.
Yeah.
I couldn't hold it. Sorry.
It's all right.
It's all right, man. It's all right. You got to do what you got to do. Nature calls, brother.
I was like, I'll be fine. Oh,
By the way, guys,
we're not even halfway.
I got my notification.
Oh, hell yeah.
Moments ago, the Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon has been delivered.
I mean, you should go get that off your porch.
I'm just saying.
I don't have a porch.
Oh, okay.
I'm in an apartment building. It's probably sitting at the front door. But yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah, you should go get that.
Say, bro, we can chop it up for like 4 minutes if you need to run down there.
Yep, we can hang out for a bit.
For fuck's sakes.
So one thing I always like to ask everybody about is like, what's one thing you would tell like atheists? What would atheist self tell Seventh-day Adventist self?
Wow, that's a tough question. I mean, we need to start with the people around you don't know everything.
Yes.
You know, that's. But I don't know how I would have told myself that in a way I would have accepted it. That's the hard part. Oh, jeez.
I guess it showed up.
Yeah, I guess it's here.
Holy fuck! This thing's huge.
That's what she said.
My car weighs less than this thing.
How many pieces are in that model?
I don't know. I can't remember. Hang on here.
Neil, you know you're almost 60. You can't just be picking up boxes and shit.
Almost 60. Shut up, you whippersnapper.
Yeah, that's a team lift. You gotta get a buddy to pick that box up.
Yeah, I don't. That is a great question, Mikey, but it's really hard. That's a tough thing to answer, because it's just like, how would I ever have gotten myself to listen to me? And I can't come up with an answer to that, and that's the problem.
It could have been like a shock to the system, like a fact or something like that, or like a question, or it could be anything. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you.
Think about people, or you know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you something. There was another Seventh-day Adventist that I ended up talking to in a chat on Twitch once that I did shock his system. So maybe this would have worked on me, which was confronting his young Earth beliefs that it was we're less than 10,000-year-old Earth. I asked him, all right, explain to me how there's documented evidence of cultures that existed before the flood and then still existed after the flood, like without any interruption. No one wrote anything down about it. None of this was here. All over the world, we have documented evidence of these cultures existing. And he just went, and I think I broke his brain, because he was like, okay, you legitimately got me there, because you're right. Like, we do have that. So, and we left it at that. That was the end of that conversation. But I was happy with that one, because, you can prove to yourself just by doing a tiny bit of research that there is human history existed before and after and during when that would have happened, and no one wrote about it.
Like, did they have anything like for like the cosmology parts of it? Like, there's stars that are, they say 10,000, 6,000 years old. There's stars that are 15,000 light years away. How the hell are we seeing it?
Right. It feels like they magic their way out of everything. Like, that's the thing that really bothers me about it. It's like, if I confront my father with stuff like that, like, his God is the one who's like, well, yeah, but he just made it like get here. Like, he just magicked it. He made it happen that the light got here. Yeah. It's like, he can do that. He made the laws of physics. He's not really subjected to them. So, like, or he'll go, well, the universe is billions of years old. The light was already here.
Now, what?
Yeah, the universe is old enough for that for the light to already be here. God just got here and thought this would be a great place for a star system and a planet, and put us here.
So it was already in transit, and then
everything, billions. That part of the creation was billions of years ago. That's why the light's here now.
Oh,
yeah.
That is so underhanded.
It's right. Like, how do you fucking argue with something that, like, I mean,
he created it at a time where it looked that far away.
Yeah, he just created it. He just created it billions of years ago. He's been going at it. Like, this is like God's personal sandcastle. He's been working on this shit for years.
That's funny. I've never heard
that. That is gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, you can do that though. You think about it, you can do that with anything. Like, you can any objection you could possibly have that has anything to do with that type of thing. Like, time is always like something God can just get out of. because he's God. And pretty much every argument that you could make with my dad about that, he will go to God did it. Like he just magicked it away. Whatever, all these objections are just God.
Maybe you
So-
haven't heard of a little something called the Holy Spirit. Hello. I laid the Holy Spirit card face down.
It is incredibly frustrating. You can't have that conversation and get anywhere. You know, and he's also one of those guys who he knows that you can win the micro and macro evolution argument. Like you can win it against him, and he knows that you can. So he won't have that conversation. He will immediately go to abiogenesis because we don't know how that happened.
Right.
So
Right.
you know, he'll immediately take us there.
Let me just move the goalpost real quick. And that way I don't have to answer anything.
Right. Yeah. Yeah,
You
he
explained
like-
something you don't know about yet.
Yeah,
Aha.
exactly.
Checkmate.
not everyone, but
I mean,
yeah.
you guys are lucky I'm not holding up my Legos. So
Show
Yeah,
them pegs.
It's not actually yeah, it's not, no, I'm not I'm not going to rage about it for being a Star Wars project or product.
So
Yeah.
that Ultimate Collection, how big is that when it's built?
Probably I think almost 3 foot long. It's like
Good God.
it's massive. Like you have to
Yeah.
basically hold it with both your arms in a giant
Mhm.
cradle.
What was the piece count on it?
Piece count is 7,541 pieces. Yeah.
Estimate how long do you think that's going to take to put together?
Oh fuck.
Like if you were to go like with nonstop, just being able to work nonstop at it.
if I could do it nonstop, I could probably do it in a day.
Okay, so less than 24 hours.
I would say maybe even a little bit over that. Because I
Okay.
mean, it takes me, a couple hours just to do a regular size set, right? So,
Right, yeah.
mind you, I'm taking my time as well.
Well, of course, yeah. You don't want to get anything wrong.
Right.
But I mean, I am going to pick it up. So when I put this together, this is probably going to take a good 14 hours.
Oh yeah, that's the Technic one, or is that the
Yeah,
Creator
this
one?
is the Technic Cat.
Nice.
So, like, this is a huge model, and if it's like the Unimog from years back, it's about 14 to 16 hours. Because I remember I was working overnight 12-hour shifts at a place where I didn't have to do anything. Like I was working in IT, supporting MSNBC's website, and I built it in 2 overnight stretches.
That's nice.
But it was after people went home, so I was the only person in the building. So I think it took me a good 14 to 16 hours. So
Dang it.
5-1.
Meanwhile, I'm over here like, so if I just put slot A into never mind. Just buy one already put together.
I think he wants to start working on it now, and I'm okay with it. Should pull
There you
out the
go.
book at least.
There you go, Neil. Every stream you can do like a section, a deck.
A bag,
Right.
one bag per stream.
And it'll last him the whole year.
Boy, that'll last a long time. That's for
That's
sure.
all.
That's a
If he
big set.
if he only did it while streaming, yeah, it might be the whole year.
Yeah.
Just trying to see what the dimensions of this thing are.
About this, by this, by this. About yay big, yay across. Oh, and there was the other thing. Did your church have music?
Oh yeah, the music was great.
I'll see. I was getting
And-
down.
No, in my particular church, the music was amazing. In fact, my father chose that church for the music. It's not that you can't get more contemporary music in the Seventh-day Adventist religion, but he went to this specific church because it had built a pipe organ.
Whoa.
Spent quite a lot of money on it.
Those are very interesting machines.
Yeah, they are fascinating.
So here's the dimensions if you want to know.
Yeah.
8 inches or 21 centimeters high, 33 inches or 84 centimeters long, and 22 inches and 56 centimeters wide.
Oh, it's a thick boy.
Big set.
It's big. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a thick boy.
The church is tax exempt, Phoebe. But yeah, the pipe organ was part of it, but all of the choir was great. The music was all very classical. And anytime there was a piece of music, it was very classical music. And my dad was and still is very huge into that kind of music. And I don't hate it. I think it's wonderful music. So
it's hard to be mad at like religious classical music versus a lot of gospel music or something like that, or overly our God is an awesome like that is just like come on,
contemporary Christian music, like popular Christian music. It's all that stuff's terrible.
Like, why does your voice have a wah pedal?
Right.
Can you do? Well, yeah, actually, you can do that. They do have those. I used to have a little. I hated the thing because I could never figure out how to use it properly. But it's a voice modulator. It's got like 1,000 different effects, and I'm like, fuck this. I don't need this. I'm just gonna sing. I don't fucking need this shit.
I'll try this thing called My Voice. I'll sing with that instead.
Oh, good.
Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah, did you see that? You saw that?
Yeah. Oh, I see it. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
We do achieve things from it. We actually help people that are having doubts and let them understand that it's not such a bad thing to have doubts, and you don't have to be strapped to a religion or a belief in a ridiculous deity.
I was gonna say, while I might not personally help anybody doing this, I might.
I can't tell you, Bolt, how many times I've gotten emails from people, messages from people saying that they appreciate what's being done here. Yeah, because it helped them free themselves from the confines of religion.
Yeah, see, I'm just saying, like, if it helps one person, it's enough.
Mm-hmm. So, that's right.
Thank you, Tons of Mice.
Yeah, if it helps one person, it has made it worth my time. So,
Yep, exactly.
If we get one person out of that hell that is being in religion.
Yep.
Well, I mean, if he wants to check out Neil the 604 Christian Apologetics channel, he totally can.
Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's a totally different guy. He's clean shaven. He's different.
His hair is not long.
No, he's got very short hair, no beard. Nothing.
Did he shave to Tangled as well?
He wears a white bandana instead of the black one.
Right. With a big fucking cross on it. Right?
We call him Bizarro Neil. So do you think like all of the kind of like repressive things that you didn't get to do, like because like for the ladies I always ask about like purity culture and stuff like that, but you talked about like video games and like cartoons and stuff like that. Was there like, do you feel like you missed out on a lot of nerd and little kid culture because they just wouldn't let you do shit on the days that it happened?
Dude, I missed out on so much stuff because it wasn't just the days that it happened. Like I said, they locked the television. Like my mother had a box connected to the cable, the power cable, that she could turn a key to keep it from being turned on. So like I wasn't allowed to watch TV on my own. The amount of television that I was allowed to consume was almost none. So
what did you watch? Like, what were like some of the TV shows that you
man, this is the greatest part about it is that he's a rapist. My parents let us watch The Cosby Show growing up.
Show?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep, same.
Like
Bizarro
like
Neil is from
the
Australia.
greatest irony of my life is that we're watching this wonderful, wholesome person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then like you can just kind of like do like the slow. Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah, we were allowed to watch that. One of the few things we were allowed to watch.
Yeah, which has been more damaging to the United States, Pokemon or Bill Cosby?
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
an easy answer.
that's
Yeah.
yeah, it's an easy answer.
That's an easy answer.
Atheists gives no hope. I don't know what that means. We don't give anyone hope. I've been told otherwise, but okay. I don't know what that means though.
But
foolishness or bricks. Atheism would be the
atheists
great
give no hope, no meaning. Foolishness were okay. All right. So why do
meaning
you
is
need
what you make it?
Right. Why do you need a God to have a meaning in your life?
Because I don't have my own self-identity. Never mind.
I mean, if you need a God to have meaning in your life, then go have a God.
Sorry, human being.
Well, go have a God then. Like, but leave me the hell alone. Like, I'm allowed to not have one.
Yep.
Like, I have meaning in my life just plenty without it, and I'm quite happy about that.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm a happy guy. I got lots of meaning in my life. My friends and family bring me some of that meaning.
Yeah.
You know, people that I meet doing this also has meaning for me. We have a great community for the most part. There's dickheads in every community, really, but you know,
our numbers are
there's
far
lots of
fewer than
meaning.
other groups.
Lots of meaning. I don't know what you mean. I feel bad for you that you seem to figure that you need to be in some sort of fucking dogmatic belief system that you can't. Well, they tell you can't question. You should fucking question it. What's that? If there is no God that created us and gave us, there is no such thing as eternal life. There's no life after death, Mario. You might as well stop that belief right now. The basic underlining rules of physics that we know for day-to-day life don't allow for it. Okay, there's on the quantum field theory, every particle in and of itself has its own field, and they have not discovered any spirit particles or soul particles yet. So when your consciousness is dead after your brain death, you're done. You'll be in the exact same place you were before you were born. Okay, which is nothingness. It sounds all horrible, but that's just
that's gonna be nice.
Yeah, I mean, you live on
so
through
relaxing.
the people that are still here telling the story of your life.
It's gonna be so
to
nice.
Make an impact, right?
Like,
yeah,
I won't be in. No one will
another
be in
day
pain.
closer to sweet, sweet death.
Right? No, I'm just saying, like all these people hating on death, like death being permanent and you not being aware of it is the best fucking way it could possibly be.
Mario,
knowing you were dead would be one.
Mario, near-death experiences have been explained by neuroscience. Okay, it's all going on up here because your brain does all kinds of crazy things when you're on your death rows.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not a reality. Near-death experiences have been debunked already.
I mean, if he wanted, if this guy wanted to convince me, he's doing a real bad job. Yeah. I think you need to pray and ask God to tell you what you should be telling us, because this isn't going to work.
That's a very good point, Jura. Why do people feel like they must be remembered? 99.99999% of people who have ever existed have been forgotten. Yep. And some of them didn't even believe in your God. Most of them. I mean, how do you know your God's the real one after hundreds of thousands of them have been proposed by humankind? But you got the right one.
Nailed it on the first try.
I mean, and how likely is it that you got it on the first try and it's the first one you tried? Like, because that's almost everybody. Almost everybody is there in the same religion as their parents.
Ain't God good? That's all I could say. Got it on the first try.
Phoebe mentioned miraculous. Too. Anecdotes aren't evidence. Sorry. Anyways, boys, what do you say we wrap this up and get into an after party where we can yell at the chat some more?
Sounds great to me. Appreciate it.
I figured out my computer.
Not all of the chat. Most of the chat's pretty damn cool. Yeah, Thank you guys out there in the chat, by the way, for hanging out with us tonight. I appreciate that you guys came by to see my good friend Bolt over here on my silly show. But I appreciate you guys being here for sure. over on the Twitch there and the YouTubes and the Twitter. Really do appreciate it. You guys make it much more fun when we can have some fun like that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, thanks to my patrons. It's because of what you guys do I can afford Lego like this. No, I'm just kidding. That came out of my
straight
pocket.
to the Lego fund.
Oh, Camilo says, hi, Bold. Hi. You're showing up at the end, Camille, or Camilla. Sorry, Camilla. But we are doing the after party. We are going to take a bit of a break there, guys. So it'll be about 20 minutes-ish, but there is a link to the after party in the description box below. There'll also be, it'll pop up at the end when the credits roll and stuff like the credits, like I'm some big Hollywood shit. But anyway, well, I'm shit, but that's a whole other story.
You're the best, Neil. Thanks a
lot. Just a slow crawl. And it's probably me and Neil's name. And because I'm not going to remake it every week.
I feel like somebody should clip that.
Oh no! Thanks, tons of ice.
Get more Legos. Thanks, Anton. Thanks, Anton. Actually, Google was really good to me this time around, you guys. I got to tell you. So thank you for everyone doing super chats and stuff like that. You guys are awesome because that's what popped into my. Whoop! No, it's pretty bright. Hang on. It's too fucking bright. It's no. It's,
I figured out my problem, Neil.
there you go.
Oh, hell yeah.
That popped into my account for the month. Actually,
That's
that was
fantastic.
over 2 months. Yeah.
Get
Not
more
bad.
get more Legos.
Yeah, more Legos. Well, partially paid for this one. This one cost me with all the taxes. This one was about $1,000. So
that's like $3 American. Calm down.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's right. It's like $12 US.
Sometimes I forget he's Canadian. Yeah,
That's right. I'm Canadian. We have monopoly money,
Mm.
and some of our money goes this way instead of this way too.
All right, Canada, calm down.
I'm gonna need to visit again
Sorry.
after this COVID thing is over.
Oh, totally, man. You come up this way, I'll fucking take you some wicked ass places. This place.
You're
They don't
in
have to, I'm sneaking
British
over.
Columbia, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yes, Vancouver.
Yeah.
Vancouver Lower Mainland.
I'm gonna be an illegal. They're gonna have to deport my ass. We're going back to the States. I'm like, fucking book on them. Like, that guy's trying to get here illegally. And they're Canadian, and so of course they're gonna look. And that is
Oh, thank you, Color Me a Satanist. I appreciate that. I am my own worst critic.
I think
Anyway.
I think I found out what was wrong with my computer. My power supply was like falling out.
Oh, wait, hang on. This one I'm looking for. Back it in,
Back it
bitch.
in. Yeah, I've got the hat.
Yes. And you're
Well, thanks,
allowed
Samantha.
you're allowed to play trucking, whatever. What's the game?
I'm not
called?
gonna play trucks. I said I wouldn't. I'm not playing.
You can
trucks.
do it it's your after show. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. I'll let Ben do that. It's okay.
It's a kind of, it is a polymer type paper. Yes.
Can we
Yes,
get
it's
rid of
one
paper
them
money?
plastic- Yeah, I'm all for it.
Let's go.
We're
I'm
supposed
fine
to be
with
coming
it.
out with $5 coins soon. I know.
I'm fine
we have
with it.
Loonies and Toonies. What the hell are they going to call the $5 Goonies?
Tuning.
I'm on board for that.
If we go to coins, that'd be great. But
Ooh,
we can
go
get rid of
coin.
all physical currency, as far as I'm concerned. Except the
Yeah.
religious people will go crazy about Mark of the Beast stuff again.
Right.
So
And what are you going to do? Throw your fucking bank card in the collection plate?
That's why they're mad.
Take what you need and then give it back to me.
that would be that's another good reason to go paperless.
They'd be so mad if they had to like report how much they actually took in.
Oh, there goes
Oh.
my gold Mercedes. Fuck.
Oh, how am I supposed to fly my platinum jet?
The only thing I worry about is if we go to all coins, like it's gonna hurt the dancers.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be rough on strippers.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying.
They go out there like football players.
Yeah.
Ben's playing Euro Truck in simulator, and he's in Germany right now.
Sorry, bad joke. Like I don't.
All
Oh
right.
yeah, he did start out in Germany. He did say he was playing Euro Truck. Anyway,
Yes. All right, let's get the hell out of here and go do this. You guys know the routine. You know all the shows that I'm involved with, and we're gonna have new outro so that you'll be able to see all of them in the outro, and I won't have to spew them out here because of there you go. They'll tick on by as I'm blabbing away here. Yep, there you go. You know what to do over on Laughing Out in Disbelief channel. There is where that show goes. But anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out. Again, Bolt, thanks for being my guest tonight. It was a lot of fun having you on tonight, brother.
thank you for having me.
And the fun isn't over yet, folks. We are doing the after party. Go and take a little bio break yourself, grab a snack, grab a drink, whatever you'd like to do. Okay, this is not a valid excuse. Sorry. I'm sorry. But until then, as I always say at the end of the interviews, like the late, great Christopher Hitchens once said, that's the wrong one.
Oh, God damn it.
It's called faith because it's not knowledge. Finally, he fucked up and I
Damn it! I was on a streak.
And I fell for the fuck up. All right, guys, that's it. We'll see you guys next time.
Atmosphere.